Hi, this is Chris Arrant from Popverse. We are here at New York Comic Con. We've been having a lot of good times, seeing a lot of comics, meeting a lot of comics creators. I'm really excited today to have Scott Snyder and Nick Dragotta, the creators of Absolute Batman. Thanks, guys, for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks, man.
So how's your convention been so far? Like, as we record this, we're about halfway through. It feels like we're on day 12 of New York Comic Con.
Yeah.
How has it been?
It's been insane. I mean, I've been doing comics 15 years, maybe a little more, but the energy around this book in particular is just out of control. Like, it's so much fun. I mean, we have so many young people coming up and people that, are enthusiastic in a way about comics that it's overwhelming, honestly. Like, I mean, when we did it, we didn't know that it would be a hit at all. We were just doing something we loved, and to have it sort of have taken off the way it did, I had a great time on Batman. We had great energy, but this one is also like it's easily as much, where it just feels like it's on this incredible response that we're just even still trying to process, but so grateful for.
Yeah, I think last year at the show we had one issue out, and now 12 issue or 13 issues later, it's been insane. This is the biggest thing I've ever been a part of. Part of that is Batman, but I got to give kudos to Scott and this idea. I've never seen more younger readers, more diversity with women coming up. I mean, I was just in Paris doing a signing with lines around the block. People love this absolute universe, and I think it feels relevant of the times, and it's just exciting comics, so it's been fun.
Like, I think people sometimes forget like how risky doing something like this in a big way is, because the success was so big that it was like, oh yeah, we should have been doing this a long time. But how does it feel? Like you were here last year where it just hit, and now you're here a year later. Has knowing that fans and DC are so supportive of it and it's proven out changed the way you think about what you want to do next in the book?
Yeah, it's totally given us confidence. I mean,
that's what it is.
There's some fun. I'm not going to name names, but there was a few people like, "What are you guys thinking? Why would you take this on?" And the internet too. The first response was like, "Oh boy, big Batman." But Scott and I knew there was a really great story in there, and we just had to deliver and bring it to life. And I don't know, we felt comfortable, right? And now that everyone's accepted it and is loving it. We're going to go even harder.
No, it's the best feeling. It's like he said, it gives you the confidence to just go further and further and further. And again, Batman was the last character I thought I'd ever write again for Absolute. Like, I was ready to, write anything else. But eventually it was James Tynion that called me, and he's like, you've been using this example pitch to everybody. Where I'm like, you could do something like this, where he's poor, he grows up working class, and Joker's rich, and he's like, I have somebody who should write the book. And I'm like, who? He's like, you, dude, you idiot. And what it really made me realize was like, take the swing. I mean, I'm at a point in my career and he's at a point in his career where we've done things we're really proud of. But felt like it was terrifying, honestly, last year, where we had no idea if I was like driving DC into an iceberg. But the fact that people are showing up for it, it just makes us want to go harder. And I'm really proud also of the way DC has responded. I mean, this year, we're announcing a lot of stuff that we're being additive. We're trying to do really creator-forward books the way these are. We're bringing in some really exciting creators that we haven't worked with, bringing back some legends, investing in some of the rising stars. And the fact that DC and like Jim and Ann and Marie and everybody there are reinvesting in creative talent and being more supportive and all of it, it just feels like a very exciting moment to be part of DC right now. And I'm not he knows I'm not a company shill. Like, I will say, I'm not going to go out there and trash talk DC, but I wouldn't be out here being like rah, rah, rah if it wasn't a good time.
Yeah. Like you were talking about how people basically took a risk with you to, like, if you believe you two can do it, even though fans won't read it for months, we'll basically put our faith in you. And then fans gave that to you, but now you're paying it forward. Like, you're not saying, like, well, we're only going to do new issues of the book when Nick can draw, and I know Nick cannot draw 12 issues a month. Like you're bringing in like other like artists and stuff like that, but you're also spinning it out into Absolute Catwoman. But I want to really talk about the annual we have with Daniel Warren Johnson and all of that, which
Yeah,
is
I mean
coming out.
that was. I mean, Scott and I were like, let's see what the writer artist would do with Absolute Batman. So I believe we've got the three best writer artists in the business: Daniel Warren Johnson, James Herron, and Meredith McLaren.
Yeah.
And they all bring such a different take to Absolute Batman, and that's what I really love about comics. You know, we're creators and we're kind of laying this track, and we want to build upon it and have each person add something to it. So just to see what Dan's doing, what James doing, and Meredith, it's like I'm going to bring that into my own work, and the book's just going to grow and evolve in these amazing ways. And yeah, Absolute Batman 2025 Annual is incredible. It's
It
incredible.
really, I mean, again, like to Nick's credit, first of all, like the one thing I was like, I'll only do the book if you were the only person I had in mind, as you know, to partner with, and I was half hoping he'd say no, and then be like, well, no, I can't do it. But I remember walking around my neighborhood and calling him and being like, when he was like, if you're doing it, I'm doing it. It was like, oh. But one of the great things about him, and you know, he's like one of my best friends now, and he lives across the bay from me, and so we get together physically to work on the book a lot, is that he's so generous with designs and all of this. So when he invites other artists in like this, it was his idea to be like, on the annual, what if we just let them do their stories? And we don't come in and tell them what to do. We just let them explore the ethos and the myth of this character. And it was so exciting, you know? And again, to his credit, he's always been a creator's creator. And I just feel so lucky to be partnered together. It's just, I couldn't have a better experience. I mean, I really wake up every day just being like, I can't believe this is what we get to do, and to get to do it together with amazing Frank Martin. And also, it's just, it feels so right. Like the ethos of it just feels right. Like it's become really effortless. It's like we really have a belief in what this Batman stands for, what the series is. We have a big plan that goes 30 plus issues. We're just so dialed in. Like we really dialed in.
Yeah,
we talk every day.
It's a passion project. I mean,
is.
it's more than a job. We're loving what we're doing.
Like people are really like gravitating whenever on the outside like whenever you bring in a character that you put your spin on it and stuff like that, but the story itself really cuts together. But is there a world, I'm not asking for spoilers, but is there a world where you would maybe perhaps take a newer character like my words not yours, but like Bloom, Court of Owls, Harper, or maybe just create a whole new character that's totally new to DC? Is there a world where that's possible?
Oh yeah, we definitely have plans for new characters and all of that stuff too, and bringing in some really surprising characters that you might not expect to exist in this universe. Both in Absolute Catwoman, which we just announced, that's going to be a book where some very exciting characters find their new iterations. But here too, we have a big plan. We have big stuff coming with Dick Grayson, a lot of the Robin characters. I mean, Scarecrow's coming in, Ivy's coming back in a big way. You know, we have the whole Barbara Gordon story that's building. And Joker. I mean, Joker is coming to town, and that's going to be wild because in our world, like, if you're not reading Absolute Batman, the sort of high concept of it is that this is a world where Bruce grows up working class, and he doesn't have a lot, and his friends are all kind of the guys that become the villains or supposedly become the villains, you know, Oswald Cobblepot and Harvey Dent and all those guys and Selena Kyle. And Joker is this handsome, rich billionaire who has all this mystery around him and has his fingers in all things around the world, but he's this terrible monster behind the scenes, which we're going to see in the special Joker issue with Jock. But all of that's coming, and when he gets to town, everything goes insane, and that's coming really soon. So, I mean, I can't wait. I mean, I want to get there already. We have so much good stuff.
There's no rules in the Absolute universe, and that's what's so fun about it.
I keep waiting for Jim Lee to call and be like, no. And it just never comes. He's awesome. He came out to my house a couple weeks ago, and I honestly thought he was coming to be like, I think you guys are going too far.
He's coming in person to say something.
And, yes, to be like, you're fired or that's it. And it was the opposite. He was just like, you know, we really love what's going on with all these books, not just ours, but Absolute Wonder Woman, Absolute Martian Manhunter, Absolute Superman, Absolute Green Lantern, Flash. We're really proud. Absolute Green Arrow is coming out by Pornsack and Rafa. That's going to be awesome.
Absolute Catwoman.
Absolute Catwoman, obviously, yeah, with Che and Bengal. It just feels like such a moment where DC is just letting us create, and the editors are supportive, and, you know, I don't know. I'm really proud to be a small part of this moment there where it feels like we're really diving into creator forward books. And And a lot of it is proving, like, everyone's like, superheroes are dead and movies and TV have eaten our lunch. And it's like, no, comics is where they're renewed. Comics is where they live their best stories. Comics is where we can be nimble and try new things, where movies and TV now are kind of stuck with a lot of the storytelling they've been doing for a while because they have theme parks devoted to those characters. So for us, it's suddenly exciting where it's like, we can take these weird swings, we can do these things, and maintain the main universe with events like KO that refresh it in its own way. So, I don't know. DC is, I honestly, again, I sound like such a corporate clown being like, you know, but it's the truth. Like, it is a great moment to be there, and I'm really, really grateful to everybody there for making it something that feels very creator-friendly, very creative supportive.
Okay, last question before I let you go back and see some more fans. Can you pinpoint the exact moment where you knew, like I know you two knew it was going to be a success, but when you knew that everybody in the world knew it was going to be a success? Was there a phone call? Was there text message? Like, what was the exact moment where you two knew and you two could talk to one another?
I mean, probably the initial orders, and then it's selling out like that first week, I think, going back to print. I mean, you know what, the fan art.
That was it.
Sense
That was what I was
something
gonna
was
say.
in the air when I just started letting designs out, and
Yeah.
then other artists drawing it immediately, and fan art, like a lot of amateur art, like a lot of kids just wanted to draw this character. And then knowing there was so much more to it, so much more to his suit, like it's a utility suit, not a utility belt. And just knowing that it was just going to grow in so many fun ways. So yeah, I think the fan art, I guess, and the
Yeah,
sales.
the fan art was a big one. The other one was my kids for me, who never think anything I do is cool. And they were like, I saw on TikTok this Absolute Batman stuff. And I was like, on what? On TikTok? And seeing like their generation coming in and feeling like it's, you know, because it's written, the truth is, like, I'm Alfred in the book. I'm the old guy who's like watching this young, indomitable Batman be like, I'm changing the world. And that's inspired by our kids. Like, our kids are all, you know, like independent and fiercely, you know, dedicated to making the world good. And even though you look at them and you're like, the world's gonna hurt you, kid. And so them responding to it, not just my kids, but young readers coming in and saying, this is, you know, the first book I'm reading, or it was a gateway into comics, that was really overwhelming in a good way, where it was like, I think we're really onto something, you know, in a special way. So it was good. My kids, when I was like, you actually think something I'm doing is cool? I cannot believe it.
Thank you for that. Thank you for doing this. We're going to let you go so you can go back and meet some of those fans, maybe record some TikTok videos, maybe.
We're going to dance and do the, yes, no.
That's it.
No.
Thank you for coming up here.
Thanks.
Thank you, like everybody, for joining us. Stay tuned for a bunch more of content that we're filming up here at the studio and all throughout the weekend here at New York Comic Con. Have a good day.